Honey, what's wrong? Aren't you excited for your day at school?
I have been researching how I can truly enhance my students' learning experience. I plan to make an innovative suggestion to our principal, but I am nervous about how he will react to my suggestion.
Maybe you could tell me about your suggestion and I could give you some advice to help, sweetheart.
That might help me shake some of my nervousness. I have this proposal for trying a flipped classroom.
I do not think the principal will appreciate flipped desks, flipped computers, or flipped students. But please continue.
Honey. Why would that possibly be what I mean? That is not what I mean by flipped classroom at all. A flipped classroom is one where students are introduced to important content at home and practice working through it at school.
Duh, I knew that. But could you explain it a little more for me?
Well, the main concept behind the flipped classroom is that students watch lectures at home. This allows them to learn at their own pace. They can communicate with their teacher and peers in discussions. The teacher is available to engage and help students with completing the homework during class and enhancing learning through collaboration and higher-level thinking.
Honey, that sounds amazing. Why wouldn't the principal love this suggestion? Anything that engages students and enhances collaboration has to be a winner, right?
You would think so. There are some common misconceptions though, as there always are with everything. One misconception is that a flipped classroom is only suitable for some subject areas, while it is indeed successful for all subjects. A few more misconceptions are flipped content has to be in video form, and that there is no evidence that it works. The flipped content can indeed be completed in various ways: Edmodo, voiceovers, lesson paths, and more. There is also evidence that it does work. Percentages of passing students rises with the implementation of the flipped classroom. But because it is something different, it must be apprehensively denied.
Okay, calm down. I can see why you are passionate about this, but no need to get too worked up. You'll get wrinkles from frowning.
I am worked up because of what this can do for my students. A flipped classroom will truly transform education. The flipped classroom would allow my students to learn at their own pace, which would allow them to spend more time on concepts they find difficult. It has optimal utilization of classroom time, allowing for student-teacher interaction to be higher, and this will result in successful mastery of concepts. This innovative teaching method involves constant analysis, which makes student progress tracking easier. Lastly, it increases peer interaction and collaboration by stimulating inquiry and enhancing learning experiences. It transforms education in so many ways, but I won't overwhelm you with more.
You are so beautiful when you are frustrated. I think the things you mentioned are awesome. What are some things to remember when trying to achieve this and reach your goals of implementing a flipped classroom?
I think some best practices for a flipped classroom based on my research would be to build up a few lessons at a time until the entire class is flipped. Keeping videos lectures short is important so students can focus on the most important concepts. Relying on feedback to revise lessons is important for student engagement and progress. Allow yourself time to prepare flipped lessons and experiment with tech tools before flipping. These are just a few things I have read about that really help with flipping your classroom.
You did it. You answered every question I threw at you. You will have no problem suggesting this to your principal, and based on what I heard, he will love it.
You're right. I guess I don't have anything to be nervous about. Thank you for listening to me both rant and express my passion on this subject. I believe it will really transform our classrooms at school. I've got to run, honey, or I won't have time to get Starbucks. Love you.